there YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making mozzarella. In fact, it's going to be fresh mozzarella. So, most important ingredient will be milk. I'll be using normal milk, full cream. The process of making mozzarella, quite simply, is to separate the curd from the whey. We do this by adding a little bit of rennet. In order to bring the pH level down of the milk, we'll be adding some citric acid. Right, so step one in making our mozzarella. We'll be using 2 liters of milk. The first step is to pop it into a pot and vigorously mix in our citric acid. Once it's nicely mixed, we'll heat up the milk to 32 degrees. Once we're at 32 degrees, we will remove it from the heat. And then you want to stir in very gently our rennet. When you're stirring, as you add in the rennet, you want to not stir it more than about 25 seconds. Otherwise what will happen is the curds will form and you'll actually break them. So 20 seconds max. Once it's mixed in, we will close it with a lid and just go do something for 5 minutes. When you get back, the curd should be nicely formed. Using a pastry knife or a sharp knife, we're going to cut some blocks. The reason for this, it'll assist us in the cooking process on the next steps. Then you want to take the pot, put it back on the heat, and we're just going to raise the temperature to 43 degrees. Mixing gently, but try not to break the curds. At this stage, we will remove the curd from the whey gently using a strainer. And cut it up nice and thin to the same consistency. Put it into our bowl. We're going to add some hot water at about 88 degrees and slowly bring it to a stretch. Dissolve well. Let's get a vigorous motion going. We will slowly bring it up to 32 degrees Celsius, gradually. While we wait for the milk to heat up, we can prepare our rennet. So I've already weighed out the quantity. Do that first. I weighed out my water. Do that second. And then just mix the two. So our rennet is ready when our milk reaches 32 degrees. Right, we have just hit 32 degrees. So let's remove it right off the heat. Okay, so we've achieved the correct temperature in our milk. We've also got the pH at the right level. We're going to add the rennet. Slowly add the rennet, stir gently, and count to 20 and stop. Five minutes, we'll check it. If it's not quite solid, we can wait another 5. Yeah, why not? Shall we take a quick peekaboo? Right on. The curd has formed. awesome curds. Let's pop back onto the stove, bring it up to 43 degrees Celsius. There we go, we're almost making cheese here. We are now at 40 degrees. Remove it from the heat, pop on the lid, 5 minutes. Curds have been chilling for 5 minutes. Let's remove them from the whey. Oh, like you say, it's actually mozzarella already, almost. Gonna make up a fuck the mozzarella. Cut up the curd. Let's season with a bit of salt. Right, now to have some fun with it, we're gonna stretch the cheese. Make sure you've got hot water, 83 to 85 degrees Celsius. We're gonna cover the curd. We're gently just gonna try and get a bit of a stretch going. We're not gonna overdo it. And then we're gonna shape the cheese. When we start shaping, I'll be wearing some gloves because the water is quite hot. All right, we are at 80. Just enough to cover. Let it sit for 10 seconds. Okay, this water's cooled down a bit. Let's just remove some. Let's put on our gloves and try and form this mozzarella. That's quite a good stretch. Stretching, baby. So you'll see it's starting to get nice and shiny. That's what you want. Right, I'm not gonna overwork it. Now we're gonna try and shape the mozzarella. There's our first ball. Nice mozzarella ball. Right, nice little ball there. Balls complete. The exciting part of making mozzarella has unfortunately come to an end. We now have our product. As you can see, these are soft mozzarella balls. Let's cut into one and have a look inside. We gotta taste this. It's so soft. It actually melts in your mouth. It's fantastic. Oh, you're gonna come tell you. You don't even know what's about to happen. Hey? That's mozzarella cheese! Right, you might be thinking, how do you store it? So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw some of the whey from the cooked batch, and then some of the water from the stretching, because this water's got the salt and the flavor. Because the cheese is hot, you'll see it's starting to pancake. So you want to do this process as soon as possible. Once it cools down, you can close it. And when it's cooled down, you can refrigerate 3-4 days. That's if it lasts that long.